He crumbled under the force, crushed by the man's overwhelming strength. I want to be crushed by something else of his as overwhelming. Hello, and welcome to Full-Time Hunt. This is a Yandere BL dating sim, in which you play as an influencer with millions of followers named Noah, who goes into abandoned buildings to film ghost hunting videos. Unfortunately, this time you're very unlucky, because your latest exploration has led you straight to the infamous serial killer named Null. And while he doesn't immediately end you, he doesn't seem too keen on letting you out of his grasp either. Let's get started. Okay, so this is a Yandere game, but because it is the first chapter in the demo, just be aware that a lot of the behavior is going to ramp up in later chapters. I feel as though I've forgotten something important. Who is that? Noah. Can I just say, the UI is so pretty. It's got like some slight cyberpunk elements to it, and I love cyberpunk. Noah, you alright? Noah. Whoa, is that me? I'm so cute. Noah. Huh? Noah Emery snapped out of his daydream and blinked at his best friend Willow, who was staring at him expectantly. Sorry, what was that? I zoned out for a second. He shifted his weight and shook out a clenched fist. He hadn't realized how tense he was. The stress of the day was clearly going to his head. Clearly? I know TV gigs like this are a pain in the ass, but really, Noah, you need to get your shit together, like right now. Before he could even muster a reply, Willow sighed. She was just as tired as he was, though her fatigue was entirely Noah's fault. Look, I know the potential for drama is really stressing you out, but this is your chance, Noah. I won't force you to get up on stage, but this is a live talk show and dipping out here at the last second would be a really bad look. Noah looked away, uncomfortable at the reminder. If you did that, it'd be super cringe. Would it? Yes, but no worse than the pathetic pandering he was about to participate in. Whilst being on TV wasn't a new occurrence for the famous MeTuber Bunny, he wasn't exactly excited for the upcoming ambush, and there was always an ambush. You know how these soldiers are. One wrong step and I'll be on the front page of some shill website boasting how I'm a criminal or something. Yes, exactly. They'll bring up the ghost hunting stuff for sure, but I'm more worried about, well, the method in which you found the ghost. This is a chance for you to shape the narrative. Just be careful what you say, alright? Remember our talk. Dr. Bill is quick to corner his guests, and you do technically break the law. Luckily, this isn't Judge Janice, or I might actually be in trouble. Is that a Judge Judy reference? Haha. Although, I'm pretty sure I'm one of the more tame guests to grace this clearly high-class show. Even if this goes horribly wrong, I'm sure I won't be as memorable as the guy that got naked. He trailed off as a stagehand caught their attention, signaling it was almost time for him to go on. Willow nodded, that they understood, then faced Noah. She took a deep breath and pulled on a bright smile. Ready? Noah grimaced at her enthusiasm. Willow rolled her eyes. He was being a brat, and he knew it. I'm good. I'll be alright. Let's just do this already. Noah sighed and waved his hand dismissively. I'm alright. Let's just do this already. As if on cue, the lights flashed on, and sounds of excited audience members filled the studio, and the stagehand began frantically waving at him as Dr. Bill's obnoxious voice projected over the sound system. It was time for Noah to go on. Now tonight, folks, we've got a real internet sensation with us. You might know him from his wildly popular but highly controversial urban exploration channel, Catch Bunny. That's right, Bunny himself is here with us in the studio. Please give him a warm welcome. I have a bad feeling about this. The audience interrupted in applause as music began playing. The stagehand reached for him, hustling him towards the curtain. Guess I'm off then. Just remember what I told you, alright? Yeah, set the narrative, only tell them what they need to know, don't say anything stupid, don't be cringe. Exactly. Best of luck, Bunny. I love his sweater. It's so pretty. Look at it. I would wear something like that for sure. Noah glanced over his shoulder at Willow's concerned face and smiled. Who needs it? I do? Oh, I'm so cute. And then he was through the curtain. Bright lights blinded him as he carefully walked on stage. The studio buzzed with expectation as the audience clapped and the theme music faded. Oh, look how cute I am. He plastered a smile on his face and offered the audience a wave before claiming his seat beside Dr. Bill. Bunny, welcome to the show. Noah could hear the anticipation in Dr. Bill's voice, read it in his fake smile. He knew how these TV hosts operated, that this wouldn't be easy. He took a deep breath and relaxed his posture. A warm smile spread across his cheeks. No one knew what he was gonna say. Now, all he had to do was pick a strategy. Be confident. Be humorous. Be clever. Be humorous. Noah's success wasn't an accident. He knew what other people wanted, knew how to manipulate it for his benefit. Dr. Bill wanted a sensational interview, Willow wanted Noah to play it safe, and Noah? Well, he knew the value of a good sense of humor. Thanks for having me, it's great to be here. Well, we're certainly happy to have you. Bunny, quite the name on the internet these days. How's the fame treating you? No, not too good if it landed me in the principal's office. As Noah pretended to squirm in his chair, the audience laughed, even Dr. Bill chuckled. Do you feel like you're in trouble? Well, I know I'm not here to talk about hair care routines. Are you talking about my bald head, son? Noah laughed with the audience and shook his head while staring up at Dr. Bill's shiny dome. Not much to talk about. He doesn't seem impressed. I don't think he liked that we started insulting him and saying he was bold. I think he kinda hated it. Alright buddy, well I've got one question to start us off real simple. Why in the world do you think it's okay to sneak into condemned buildings, restricted zones and crime scenes and post the whole thing online like it's a vlog about making cupcakes? Well, what I do is a lot like making cupcakes, Bill. Is that so? Yeah, I start out with some basic ingredients, drama, mystery and suspense, and then like any good chef, I whip it into something delicious. I even top it up with buttercream and sprinkles. Noah winked at the audience and they laughed. I don't even want to know what that means. Look, I'm an entertainer, Bill. I go to all those dark, forgotten places of our world that people won't go to, but wish like hell they would, and I show excitement and danger and laughter and love, a betrayal or two, just like your average daily cupcake vlog, or your show. And ooh, rolls through the audience, but Dr. Bill seemed unfazed by the insult. I get it. You're happy to be the world's dancing monkey. But what about the owners of these properties, the families, the communities tied to these spaces? Don't they deserve some respect? I'm incredibly respectful. I work hard on my intros. Laughter rippled through the room with a few scattered chuffs of disapproval. Look, I don't vandalize, I don't steal. I document. I give these forgotten places a second life. You give them a second life. Or you build your career on top of their corpses. We don't use that word on the cupcake vlog, Bill. Of course, the money and fame are nice, but my real goal is to entertain. To make people laugh and scared and curious, to give them a spark of something a little exciting and a little dangerous. In some of these places, I'm the first person to step foot in there in decades, and my viewers and I do that together. As the audience thundered their approval, Dr. Bill nodded like he understood. But Noah knew he was just changing gears. You say exciting, but that's a hell of a way to romanticize danger, isn't it? You're known for working solo, right? There's no one with you, no cameraman or safety crew, it's just you in there. Come on, Bill, how many bakers does a batch of cupcakes really need? But it's not just old haunted houses. You're sneaking into anywhere from condemned buildings to restricted zones, even crime scenes. What happens when one of these buildings collapses under you? What happens when you fall through the floor or worse? My hair will probably be a mess. Is this a joke to you, son? You don't worry about the message you're sending at all. To your viewers. Kids even. Children shouldn't be watching me in the first place, and their parents should be making sure of that. As for the rest of the audience, they're all adults, capable of going to work, paying taxes and making their own damn decisions. As the audience began cheering, Noah couldn't help but smile. I'm not saying I want to share my cupcakes with anyone, but I'm not going to tell anyone what they can and cannot do. But that's part of your job, Bunny. You're an influencer. You're influencing people to take big risks like you. You're not just exploring dangerous properties, you're pushing boundaries and even breaking the law. Abandoned tunnels, government facilities, a nuclear testing site. Okay, maybe that's a bit much. You walk through it like you were filming a music video. About cupcakes. The audience laughed as Dr. Bill's face turned beet red, his bushy eyebrows knitting together. I don't think he's too happy with us. Enough with the damn cupcakes. You've been lucky so far, but one of these days you're going to draw the attention of more than just your fans. And if you don't get yourself killed, mark my words, you'll find yourself walking out of your haunts in handcuffs. For a moment, the room was utterly silent, thick with tension. Noah just smiled. And I'm sure the ratings will be through the roof, for me and my new accessories, and for you when you gleefully declare I told you so. A few scattered chuckles echo through the studio. The audience doesn't seem to know whether to laugh or stay silent. Well folks, there you have it. Bunny, urban explorer, filmmaker, outlaw philosopher, and apparently future inmate. When we come back, we'll be talking all about the infamous hitman Null. Who is he? What secrets is he hiding? For the full scoop, stay tuned. Null is such a hot name. Noah quietly walked off stage as Dr. Bill cut to a commercial. Willow handed him a bottle of water. Well, that was hilarious. Noah smiled, placed his hand to his chest and gave a quick shallow bow. Also, Willow is so pretty and I love her outfit. I've never seen Dr. Bill get so angry. You can see the veins throbbing on his forehead. Yeah, for a second I was scared he might actually have a heart attack just to spite me. Honestly, I wouldn't put it past him. Damn, I really want a cupcake now. Ugh, I can just see all the cupcake emojis that are about to flood my live stream. Oh, and the fan art. Little Noah bunny eating a cupcake with frosting on his whiskers. Oh, I can't wait. Noah tipped his head back and groaned, which made Willow laugh. She hooked her arm through his and swung him towards the exit. With his role in the day's drama over, Noah soon found himself driving home with Willow, quietly listening as she lectured him about his safety and bad habits until he was ready to stop sulking just to shut her up. Eventually, she moved on to his upcoming schedule and weekly list of do's and don'ts. He had a convention coming up in a few days that he needed to prepare for, and his brand was selling well, so he needed to absolutely lay low and avoid any further controversy. Translation? No more videos. Eventually, they arrived outside Noah's house. I get it, Noah. Your fans just love a bad boy. But you really need to stop with this whole rebellious teenager act you've got going. It doesn't suit you. Ugh, just because people are currently and will continue to bitch about me doesn't mean I should give in to their demands. It's not about giving in to their demands, Noah. It's about your safety and, I don't know, not going to places with unstable ceilings. So no more ghost videos for a bit, you hear? You need to try something different whilst this blows over. Noah playfully covered his ears as he opened his front door. Hey, are you listening? Quickly, he closed the door behind him with a smirk as Willow continued to call out to him. She worries way too much. And maybe she had a reason to worry, because all Noah had been thinking about during that interview and on the drive home was how he couldn't wait to get home so he can get back out there. He has a nice house. He walked over to his backpack, a sly expression creeping across his face. I'm glad I'm a little bit of a little shit in this. No more ghost videos, but that's like my whole thing. Gently, Noah took out a pouch of lockpicks before carefully examining each one. I should buy a new set soon. These locks aren't nanite-wear, so they work fine, but a new set would save me time. Maybe I should test them to make sure they're still good. Let's test them. I want to try the lockpicking minigame. Yeah, let's test them. Oh no, what do? Do I just kind of like wiggle them around? Lockpicking tutorial. Use the right mouse button to rotate the position pick until the bar is mostly full. The bar determines how long you have to complete the puzzle. Once the position stick is in place, use the rotation to pick either clockwise or counterclockwise using the right mouse button. As the rotation pick hits a quick time event, simply put the correct key. Alright, cool. Let's try this. Right, there we go. Yay! Equipped with his lockpicks, Noah looked out the window just in time to see Willow drive away. She would lose her shit again if I went somewhere on the main list. Which is exactly why I've chosen a fresh new spot that's nowhere near a military outpost or nuclear facility. In fact, it's in the middle of nowhere. It's been abandoned for a long time. I bet the owner's long dead, so it's not like anyone would get mad if I paid a visit. Besides, Noah's always the type who'd rather beg for forgiveness than ask for permission. A malevolent laugh escapes his lips. Phantom blood and screaming, was it? This is gonna be interesting. Maybe it's not a phantom, but there might be a serial killer in there? Noah picked up his equipment and carefully placed it in his bag. Camera acquired, flashlight acquired. From what I read online, it's an abandoned factory from the old days. Apparently it's like a time capsule. Is this our bag? Oh yeah, we have an inventory now. Have our lockpicking tools, some notes and other things, flashlight and camera. And the journal will be available in full release. Okay, I wonder if I'll actually find some ghosts this time. I'm tired of all the editing. Ugh. Noah quietly left his house and headed for the train station, his stomach churning with anticipation. It had been a long time since Noah had such a promising lead. An old and untouched place was quite rare. In no time, he was on a train and making his way to the deep old city. Beneath the railway, the slums slowly rolled by a never-ending sprawl of flaking walls, broken dreams, and littered streets full of dust and mold and rot. Something lodged in his chest, tight and uncomfortable, as he forced his gaze away. He couldn't look at it for too long. It reminded him of things he didn't want to remember. Quietly, he tugged at his choker, arriving at Terminal 01742A. Please step away from the doors. The train slowed to a stop, and the doors creaked open, letting Noah out into the dingy terminal. Trash piled up along the moldy walls, and the smell of piss and stale cigarettes pierced his nostrils. It didn't matter how many times Noah came down here, he never got used to it. Here it is then. There were only a couple people in the terminal. One sleeping on a cardboard mat and another smoking a cigarette. It made him itch to light up. Oh, that's so cute. Who's that? Noah. Did you see what that Baldy said? Noah, this is serious. What up? Noah receives a clip from Willow. Watch the video. News just in. Is Bunny hiding an even darker secret? We've talked law-breaking, we've talked danger, but could Bunny's biggest trespass be against his own identity? Who the hell is that? Tonight, we're joined by someone who claims to have insider knowledge on the man behind the mask, internet sleuth, fan theorist, and Bunny's self-proclaimed #1 viewer. Give it up for Lilith Toxic 1996. Get a life! The audience erupted into applause as a red-haired woman made her way on stage. Hi, Dr. Bill. Oh my god, so first of all, I love your show. And second, yes, Bunny is totally hiding something. I've done the research. You heard it, folks. Research. So tell us, Lilith, what's your theory? Okay, so I've watched every stream, every video, every short, every single one. And he never talks about girls. Not once. No slip-ups, no flirty comments, nothing, I mean. What kind of guy that hot doesn't flirt with girls? Someone who's not interested? And here I thought he was just transfixed on my bald head. Right? Plus, like pink hair, choker, gloves, perfect eyeliner. He's literally coded. Like, Bunny is absolutely gay and just can't admit it because of the pressure of being famous. So you're saying all this danger chasing the isolation, it could be a mask for internalized repression? Exactly. And get this, he once said, "I don't need accomplices." That's like classic closeted behavior. Dude, I hate this girl. How are you gonna call yourself someone's like #1 viewer and fan if you're just gonna cause trouble for them? Well, that's annoying. What the hell is this? The stickers are so cute. Nowhere it got worse. But why? I literally can't believe this. Maybe take a break for a bit? I'll think about it. Noah! Being famous had its perks, but sometimes Noah couldn't help but wonder if it was really worth it. Juggling demanding fans, dodging stalkers, balancing his image, keeping his brand fresh. It was like navigating a minefield. Sometimes he missed the days when it was just him and the camera and a handful of views. But those days are long gone. Even if he put down the camera, the crazy would still be there haunting his steps. Was it still worth it? But as Noah's destination came into view, he had his answer. Oh, wow. Noah's eyes widened as he glanced around the abandoned factory, at the overgrown plants and greenery slowly reclaiming it. Questions rushed through his mind. What was this place made for? What happened to it? Why was it abandoned? What sort of secrets were buried in the rust and grime? He was desperate to know, and excited to find out. He smiled as he fished out his camera and began taking pictures. This'll make a good thumbnail. I'm about to get murked because of my silly behavior. It's pretty dark out. I'll definitely need my flashlight. Oh, that's cool. I can like mouse it around. And there's point and click. Wow, oh, this is really cool. Okay. Oh shit, there's still power. And this? Surprised the pipe is still there in one piece. Well, I guess there's nothing else. Time to go inside. Okay, now fill the bar. Let's go W, W, D, D, W, D. There we go, we did it. Suddenly, a shrill scream cut throughout the old factory. Noah's heart jumped into his throat as he grabbed his camera and ran to the entrance of the building, throwing his back against the wall beside the opening. There's no way. A ghost actually real? Am I about to see a real ghost for the first time? Oh my god. I won't have to edit another video. Excited, Noah held up his camera, preparing to snap a quick picture. He took 2 quick breaths and then spun into the doorway. Count to 1, then take a picture. Uh-oh, as the camera flash lit up the room, a bright red color filled Noah's vision. Something thick and crimson spotted his shoes, and a strong metallic scent rushed up his nose. We are absolutely Dunyan rings. Our goose is cooked. Roasted. Uh-oh. Noah blinked, his mind struggling to process what he was seeing. A sharp crack echoed in the room, followed by short gasps, a choke sound, and then nothing. What? Oh, look. Look, I know he's a killer, but look at him. He's hot. A large man, yeah, I can see that, was towering over a bloody body. A long axe held loosely in his hand, a gun on his belt. Is that a gun or are you just happy to see me? He took a step forward, sharpness in his eyes that warped the air around him, and Noah's legs gave out, knees crashing hard into splintered concrete. What have we here? The harsh, dry voice scraped down Noah's spine. Noah dug his nails into his palm, demanding his body move to get up. But no matter how hard he screamed at his legs to stand, he couldn't move an inch. The man slowly walked closer, the head of the axe scraping against the floor, blood trailing behind. This isn't real. There's no way this is real. What are you thinking about? The man dropped, squatting down in front of Noah. His face mere inches away, his eyes darted over his face, studying him. I'll study you, if you know what I mean. What's he doing? Does he recognize me? Something flashed in the man's eyes. A small light. Gone as quick as it came, and then his expression relaxed. Well, isn't this fortuitous? A little scapegoat arrived just when I needed him. Wait, wow, whoa. Sorry, I know a life or death situation, but look at him pin us down. Without warning, the man lunged forward and pinned Noah to the ground. He crumbled under the force, crushed by the man's overwhelming strength. I want to be crushed by something else if his is overwhelming. Noah immediately began squirming, trying to free his arms to fight back, but the man had his wrists zip-tied within seconds. You know, I've been waiting for you for a long time. What do you... Oh no, I'm sorry, I went mouth off again. Something sharp pressed against Noah's ribs, silencing him. Quiet now. I still need to think of what to do with you. A witness is a terrible thing, you know? Though, there is still... that. Oh, he looks so baby girl. Noah bit his lip to trap his panic and force his eyes shut, bracing for pain. Suddenly, the weight on his body was gone. Noah's eyes shot open just as the man took a step back, idly tapping the handle of the axe against his cheek as though deep in thought. Perhaps I was being a bit rude. You were trying to say something earlier. Noah kicked the ground, putting as much distance as he could manage between himself and the psycho, grappling for a response that might save him. You said you need a scapegoat. You said you need a scapegoat. I'm kind of an expert at that sort of thing. The man took a step closer, his sharp eyes focused on Noah. An expert. How intriguing. And what is it exactly that you're an expert in? I have millions of followers and a complicated reputation. With that many eyes on me, I'm used to people accusing me of all kinds of crazy shit. Oh, so you're, what is it? An influencer then? Something like that. I'm not sure how that answers my question, but the man shrugged, his posture relaxing. So what's your name? Noah bit his lip in hesitation. This guy is seriously screwed. I'm clearly seriously screwed. I had to be careful of what I say. Telling him my real name is a stupid move. But if I lie to him and he finds out, that might just piss him off. But if I give him my handle instead, who's to say that won't make him just as mad? I'm Noah Emery. A stupid move, I think, but it's the best we can do. I should play it safe and just tell him straight in case he kills me for saying something he doesn't want to hear. This is the best thing I can do in this situation, right? My name is Noah Emery. The man paused, his brow furrowed as if confused, then he quickly covered his mouth. Noah, was it? His name from a killer's lips made him shudder, and Noah could only nod meekly. The man dropped his axe with a loud clang that rattled through the room and made Noah flinch. A second later, his weight sank onto Noah, that masked face so close that Noah could feel warm breath on his cheek. His eyes were sharp with an unpredictable edge, black with a void of aggression, and calm that seemed to suck him in. I'll suck him in if you know what I mean. Change your plans. I think keeping you alive would be a lot more fun. For a moment, Noah thought the man was about to embrace him, but then the zip tie snapped. The man stood up, light glinting off a small knife in his hand. What was I just thinking? Thanks. I decided that I'm gonna watch you. Make sure you don't go off and spread nasty rumors. Nobody would like that now, would they? Right. I'm so glad we could come to an understanding. The man offered a gloved hand, gesturing for Noah to take it. Take his hand. Noah clenched his jaw and gripped the man's hand and was yanked up so quickly, it was a shock to find himself suddenly standing inches from the man. But any thought of his firm grasp was quickly replaced by the bloody corpse lying a few feet away. Noah swallowed the lump in his throat. This man could easily kill me if he wanted. So what is he waiting for? What the hell does he want from me? Showing it going then, Noah. Suddenly, the man interlocked his fingers with Noah's. Wait, what are you... We can't have you getting lost on the way out. I mean, with how absent-minded you are, who knows what'll happen? What do you mean by that? The man's eyes narrowed, the corners crinkling as with a smile and a shiver ran down Noah's spine. This coming from the person who didn't realize they walked in on the crime scene until the last second. Really, Noah, you need to be more careful. Otherwise it'll make others want to take advantage of you. Noah jerked his hand away and wrapped his arms around himself protectively. No need to be so shy. Come now, let's take you home. Oh great, now he knows where I live. Oh no. The trip home was excruciating with the killer glued to his side, holding a knife to his back. He didn't speak much except to warn Noah that if he tried to scream or call for help, he'd slip the knife between his ribs and puncture his lung. At least he removed the zip tie from Noah's wrists, but that didn't make him feel any less uneasy. Just here, he said, applying the slightest amount of pressure to the tender spot between the bones. It won't take much. His voice was a soft caress of violence, careful to make sure no one overheard. Just a little pop, and then it's done. So Noah stood very still and kept his mouth closed, but it didn't stop him from looking for help. But the terminal remained empty of all but transients, and the only passengers on the train were a couple of teenage boys and a tired old woman. No one who could help him. He's so much taller. By the time they reached the city, there were too many people around to even try. Too much noise, too much distraction. It would take no effort at all for the killer to stab him and disappear in the crowd, and no one would even notice. So Noah kept his head down, his mouth shut, and focused on every next step. His only priority was survival. He didn't know what he should be doing or what even he could do. If he was making a mistake or sealing his fate, he just knew there was a knife in his ribs, and as long as he didn't scream, he wouldn't be hurt. Before Noah realized it, they were standing in front of his home, and he had a whole new problem to figure out. He wasn't foolish enough to think this was over and the man would just leave. How do I get rid of this guy? Suddenly a thought crossed his mind. Aren't you worried about the security cameras here? This area isn't cheap, you know, the cameras here are top of the... Oh, sorry, don't mind me. I was just taken aback by how cute you are. What? I see that blush. It was 3 days ago now, wasn't it? Noah frowned, confused and frustrated. What the hell was he talking about? You don't remember? Seriously? Well, you are in a state of stress right now, I suppose. He finally removed the knife from Noah's ribs to point the blade at the nearest camera, giving it a little wave. The break-in? 3 days ago? All the cameras were fried. How would he know that? Oh yeah, how could I have forgotten that? I really need to get them fixed soon before more unwelcome people try to break in. We can't have that, can we? Just the thought of a stranger in your house without your knowledge? That really breaks my heart. What's wrong with this guy? The man used a knife to motion Noah forward up the walkway to his front door. Well, this has been nice, but I have a lot of work and... You're not gonna invite me in? And after I escorted you all the way home? You're really hurting my feelings, you know? Look, dude, you're scaring me. The knife was suddenly pressed against his ribs again, digging in harder than before. Noah choked back a wince, fear ripping through him. The psycho was so flippant at times, it was easy to let himself imagine he wasn't really a killer, to delude himself into believing that he wasn't actually in any danger. Please, make yourself at home. It took Noah 2 tries to unlock the door and let them inside. Noah's home was a small unit with an open floor plan and a bedroom loft. Everything he needed was in one large space, just a few steps away. He liked it this way. Of course, he could afford to live in a larger, more extravagant home, but he was never comfortable in luxury. He found smaller spaces more calming. I was expecting something more fancy since you were bragging about your millions of followers. But this is just a simple, cute apartment. Suits you. Yes, well, we all have our own preferences. That we do. Why'd you look down when you said that? Are you looking up and down at me? As the man looked around, Noah slipped into his kitchen, desperate to put some space between them. I must say, I'm curious though. About? The man leaned against the dining table, his dark gaze focusing on Noah. Wouldn't you be a target with how famous you are? This area is, well, more high class, but the building in itself is rather poorly protected. Another shiver ran down Noah's spine. What game of cat and mouse was he playing? Pointing out broken cameras and poor security, what was he trying to accomplish? Well, I'll make sure to invest in better security system then. I look forward to it. I don't. The man pressed a finger to his mask. So what kind of content do you make exactly? Ghost hunting videos? Noah had no idea what the man wanted, and why he was still here or asking about his channel, but he knew ignoring him wasn't a good idea. I'm most known for my ghost hunting videos. The man chuckled. Ghost hunting videos, huh? That does sound on brand. I assume that's why we had a fateful encounter. Well, it's not like I expect a company. Well, I'm glad I could help contribute to the ghost population then. Who knows, maybe if you film there again you get a surprise visitor. That's not funny. The man scoffed and pushed off the dining table, continuing his exploration of Noah's apartment. With him distracted, Noah took the opportunity to take out his phone. Maybe I could call the police or something. No, if he heard the sirens, I'd be as good as dead. Wait, I haven't uploaded to my story today, that gives me an idea. Before he could think twice about it, Noah flipped his camera and took a quick selfie of himself and the man behind him. I might look dreadful in this, but if my fans see someone in my story, it'll be sure to cause at least a big reaction. There's no way he could do anything to me, at least for now. Oh! As soon as the flash went off, the man's eyes widened in shock. Noah barely had time to post a story before the man vaulted over the table. His back hit the ground hard, air rushing from his lungs as a weight settled on top of him, fingers gripping his neck tightly. What'd you just do? Noah felt his lips curl into a smirk. Just make sure you won't be able to do a thing to me. The man's eyebrow twitched. Noah raised his phone to his attacker's face to show him the picture he'd just taken, and the thousands of reactions scrolling across the screen. In just a few seconds, the story had over 10,000 likes and 2,000 comments, and the numbers were climbing. It'll just get more and more traction. And if you try to delete it, it'll only make my fans more suspicious, kill me or hurt me in any way, and my fans will have a #1 suspect. Don't underestimate them. I've had fans track down and stop my stalkers before. If I go missing after this, who knows what they'll do. The man froze, the grip on his neck loosening. For a moment, Noah thought he finally turned the situation in his favor, and then the man relaxed on top of him. You're really full of surprises, aren't you, Noah? He reached into his coat pocket and withdrew a small phone. You're so pretty. I'm honored you took a photo with me. I'm sure your fans will be really jealous. Here, look. I had the same idea. Noah frowned, confused. He looked closer at the man's phone. The video was low quality, but that was him. It was security footage of him entering the building where he met the man currently on top of him. His heart began to thump, anxiety buzzing in his chest like an angry nest of bees. I go into abandoned buildings all the time. Oh, but to have video evidence of you entering a place where a man was just killed? Noah, what would people think? Noah watched the footage replay, a sickening feeling churning in his stomach. Wait, wouldn't there also be footage of you? Noah, I'm hurt. I'm not just a simple run-of-the-mill thug, you know, I'm a professional. Why would I enter where a camera could easily see me? He's got a point. He's very hot. He's very dangerous, but he's got a point. But just footage of me entering would be enough for the police to arrest you. You know, I hear the cops are pretty obsessed with catching Null at the moment. I wonder how they'd react to seeing you connected to one of his murders. Noah's blood ran cold. Null's murders. Then you're the one and only. But that doesn't make any sense. I thought Null was nothing but an urban legend. Sure, many missing people are assumed to be victims of him, but their bodies were never found. Well, I'm open to trying new things. Nausea surged in Noah's gut, a dull pain throbbing in his temples as color and noise began to bleed out of the room. This can't be happening. I'm sure your fans would be perfect at tracking me down if we told them who I was. Even better, announce to the world the man in that picture is Null. I'm sure everyone will believe you. Oh no. The man, Null, leaned over and traced his finger across Noah's neck. His pulse was pounding in his ears, lungs starved for air. But if a concerned citizen, brought this to the police, well, I wonder what would happen. He can't breathe. Crap. Now, don't worry. We'll soon be spending a lot of time together, so you'll get used to it. What? Oh, look at you, you're shaking. I think I've overstayed my welcome. I'll have to think of what to do with you over the coming days. We're gonna have a lot of fun together. Noah slowly stood up, his shadow falling over Noah, drowning him in darkness. A shame, but it's time for me to go. Noah waved as he stepped over Noah, heading to the door. He heard it open. Try not to miss me too much. Oh, poor baby. And then it closed with a gentle click. Noah lay there on the kitchen floor, staring wide-eyed at the ceiling, gasping for air. Shaking, his vision blurred, and then hot tears leaked onto his cheeks. Crap! He rolled onto his side, curling up, burying his face into his arms as a string of curses trickled from his lips. What am I gonna do? He sobbed into his arms, struggling to breathe to stop trembling. Through his blurry vision, he could see his phone lying a few inches away, the glow of the screen as notifications continued to scroll. He reached for it, grasped it like a lifeline, and started reading. Thank you so much for the fan art, Lilith Toxic 1996. Everyone go follow them and show them some love. I hate Lilith Toxic, they can go to hell. New comment, Pandora Lover. Oh my god, Bunny, who is that? Bunny has a friend over, he looks so scary. I knew he... Oh god, I hate her. Wow, is this Bunny's taste? I thought you went solo though. Who is that? Guys, it's happening, Bunny has a social life. Oh, I hope he's nice. Who's this guy? You're not known for having people over. I need to know who this man is ASAP. Noah sniffled back his tears and quickly wiped at his eyes. Reading his followers' comments always calmed him down. So many. This reaction is better than I expected. Noah's gaze raced through the comments. A flood of lovers' support and questions. And for a moment, he began to feel a glimmer of hope. He was going viral. There was no way Null would be able to hurt him now. But as he gazed at that photo, Null's looming figure behind him stifled any hope that began to take root. The man was a murderer. Noah witnessed it with his own 2 eyes. Would millions of views really stop someone like that? Bunny, we need to know who this guy is. I hope you're not getting bullied again. I wonder what he looks like under the mask. Bunny, are you in danger? You look so stressed. I shouldn't just leave it with the picture. Noah sniffled and sat up, wiping the tear stains off his cheeks. He drew a shaky breath to calm his nerves and began drafting a new post. Guys, stop worrying, he's my... Noah paused. My boyfriend, yeah. Maybe I should say something that could throw Null off. He likely wouldn't be expecting me to say something like this. Noah hesitated for a second before sending his story through. He knew this would cause a huge commotion and basically out him as gay. But if it would give him any advantage against Null, he was going to take it. Immediately, Noah's comment section exploded for a second time. Holy crap! Bunny is gay? What? Oh my god, congrats! Wow, never thought I'd see the day. I hate Lilith, I need her to go away. Hey yo, Bunny is gay confirmed and in a relationship? Oh my god. Noah closed his phone with an exhausted sigh. He tilted his head back, hitting his cabinets with a gentle thunk. Why had this happened to him? What did Null want from him? Clearly this was some kind of game to that psycho, but what was his endgame? Was he planning to extort Noah's wealth? To somehow leverage his influence? Or was he just a cat playing with his food? A single tear slipped down Noah's cheek, but he clenched his jaw and brushed it away, determined not to cry again. With a deep breath, he pushed to his feet. I can't let this get to me. He squeezed his fingers into fists, steeling himself. I'll stay alive no matter what. He has had to figure out a way to turn the situation around and expose Null. Gather evidence somehow. Anything that might at least give him a leg up against his accusations against Noah, if not condemn him outright. The rest of the night was a blur of muscle memory and racing thoughts as he went back over the night with a fine-toothed comb, looking for any important detail he could use against Null. When he finally found himself in bed, Noah took out his diary. Though his eyelids were heavy, he always found writing down the events of the day helped to steady his nerves, organize his thoughts and plan for the future. But before Noah could form a conclusive plan, he lost himself to exhaustion. His eyes closed and the darkness swallowed him. Mercifully, he didn't even dream. This is the end of the demo. Thank you so much for playing. I want to find out more. More. Oh, poor Noah. Poor silly us. Okay, I did try some of the other variations with the other options, and there wasn't too big of a change, but I did want to check out what happens if you say that he's your friend and your stalker. So let's do stalker first. Maybe I should give them a hint. It's not like saying he's my stalker will create any major problems, right? Noah hesitated only a second before sending his story through. He knew this would only stir the pot further, but what other option did he have? Immediately, Noah's comment section exploded for a second time. New comment. Opaque. Wow, you can't catch a break. New comment, Pandora Lover. Bunny, are you okay? Oh my god, I knew something was off. Lilith Toxic Stalker, but you make such a cute couple. I hate her. Adam69, do I need to call the cops? Bunny 419, no, Bunny, stay safe. Noah closed his phone with an exhausted sigh. He tilted his head back, hitting his cabinets with a gentle thunk. Why had this happened to him? What did Null want from him? Clearly this was some kind of game to that psycho, but what was his endgame? Was he planning to extort Noah as well? Somehow leverage his influence? Or was he just a cat playing with his food? I think he's just obsessed with you, and I'm pretty sure he was actually the guy at the start that you can't really remember because the hands look similar. A single tear slipped down Noah's cheek, but he clenched his jaw and brushed it away. Determined not to cry again, with a deep breath he pushed to his feet. I can't let this get to me. He squeezed his fingers into a fist, steeling himself. I'll stay alive no matter what. He just had to figure out a way to turn the situation around and expose Null, gather evidence somehow. Anything that might at least give him a leg up against his accusations against Noah, if not condemn him outright. And same ending as before. Okay, well this time let's try my friend. I have no idea what Null will do if I upset him, so I should just play it safe for now. Noah hesitated only a second before sending his story through. He knew showing off a friend to his fans would cause another stir since he rarely shared any details about his personal life. But better than pissing off a killer. Immediately Noah's comment section exploded for a second time. I'm proud of you, Bunny. I hope you make more friends soon. Bunny with an actual friend? Let's go. Will you be my friend, Bunny? There's no way he's just Bunny's friend. Oh, shut up. Rare Bunny character development moment. He seems nice. Aww. Okay, so that's the comment section if you pick friend. And the rest of it is... yeah, the rest of it's the same. And that was a full demo playthrough of Full-Time Hunt. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I love this. I love the creativity that's gone into the UI, the whole art direction, the setup, even the animations on the title screen that we're seeing here, and Null's characterization, and even Willow as well. They are all so well done. I think it's really interesting because the stakes in this are so high. Because you're an influencer with millions of followers, so you have a lot to lose. And Null also has a lot to lose as well because, you know, he could end up in prison forever. But there is definitely something weirder going on here because this is marketed as a Yandere game, so there is a reason as to why it is done so. Obviously, we don't really see it now because we're just at the start of the narrative, but we can see a little sprinkle of like weird behavior and weird obsessiveness on Null's behalf, particularly towards the end of the demo, where he says some like weird cryptic stuff before he heads off. So I think that's going to come into play in a very interesting way. I really like the whole sense that it's going to be a bit of a cat and mouse chase because you have something to lose, he has something to lose, but he also like really wants to stick around you for some reason. So you have to try and figure out how to maintain your life while also gathering evidence against him without setting him off. And yeah, trying to figure everything out. And I think future chapters of this are going to be so intense and I can't wait to play it. The art was gorgeous. The writing was very well done. I love how Noah's personality was characterized. I thought they did an incredible job, particularly if you picked him being funny at the start. I also, to be honest, really adored Null's characterization as well, and Willow. Yeah, definitely can't wait to see more. I think the whole team did an amazing job, and I highly recommend you guys play the game and also support the dev team as well. I have linked in the description box below. But thank you so much for being here. I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I did. If you did, don't forget to give a like and a thumbs up so you don't miss out on the next part of this. And also, if you would like to support the channel, I've linked my Patreon down in the description box below as well. It is absolutely not obligated. If you do end up subscribing, you get access to exclusive playthroughs, uncut reactions to spicy scenes, and also spicy art that I draw and sneak peeks to games I'm currently making. Anyway, thank you so much again, and until next time, take care.